I'd like to call to order the April meeting of the Suffolk Historic Landmarks Commission. Can we have the roll call, please?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Vice Chairman Bailey. Mr. Bissell. Ms. Coley.
Here.
Mr. Emerson. Chairman Hobbs.
Here.
Mr. King.
Here.
Ms. McCormley.
Here.
Mr. Schaefer.
Here.
And Ms. Turner.
Here.
Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you. The minutes have all been distributed. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Do we have a motion? Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
A second.
A motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no? Okay, so ordered. Let's see if we have a couple of additional members have come in.
So we have Mr. Bissell and Mr. Emerson. Awesome, thank you.
Okay, we have several items of new business. First one being concerning the bylaws revision and adoption. So I'd like to recognize Mr. Kennedy to speak to that. Okay, oops, not Mr. Kennedy.
So I'm going to speak to that. At the last meeting that we had, we talked about making a slight change to the bylaws to strike out the provision requiring people who receive a denial from the commission to wait for 1 year before they come back. So if you look at the page 5 in your minutes section there, you'll see that we have the red cross out for crossing out that one sentence. And then on the back page, you'll see that we'll add the amended date, so we kind of keep track of when these were amended. That's the only change that we made. So commission can discuss or vote.
Okay, is there any discussion about this change? Motion that we approve the change as presented. Motion to approve, a second. Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I'm going to do a roll call
Okay, I'm
vote.
sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
roll
you're
call.
fine.
That was-
You're fine.
Got ahead of us.
I'm new to this. Vice Chairman Bailey, not here. Mr. Bissell,
Yes.
Ms. Coley,
Yes.
Mr. Emerson,
Yes.
Chairman Hobbs,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Ms. McCormley,
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer,
Yes.
and Ms. Turner. Chairman, the motion passes by a vote of, I'm going to have to count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 0.
Thank you. Before we leave that topic, I have a question concerning, and this is concerning Article 8. It says that members of the commission are expected to attend annual training or information workshop locally or regionally for continuing education. Any member unable to do this must convey a valid excuse to the chairman. I think I've done it maybe once or twice since I've been here, and I've done a lot of the online ones, but I'm wondering, this is attend an annual training. Do the online classes count toward this?
Yes, online training would count, and then you just, keep your record, your email or whatever you get, recording that you attended or, that session. Yeah, good question.
Okay, other new business, have a request for certificate of appropriateness, HLC 2023-0026, submitted by Rick Bendhammer, applicant and property owner, for exterior alterations at property located at 342 North Main Street. The property is further identified as zoning map number 34G11A91, Suffolk Voting Borough Zone CBD, Central Business District, Zoning District, and HC Historic Conservation Overlay District. Can we have a staff report, please?
The applicant provided the supplemental information placed before you this morning that details how they will address bringing the roof up to current building code with minimal effect to the historic district if approved. This request is for exterior alterations on property located at 342 North Main. The property is part of the North Main Street addition last surveyed in 1998. The subject property and surrounding properties are zoned CBD, Central Business District, and HC Historic Conservation Overlay District. The contributing structure is part of the North Main Street District, constructed circa 1830. An administrative COA was issued in November of 2023 for exterior alterations, including the repainting of the structure and replacement of missing and/or damaged siding, and replacement of broken windows. A condition statement provided states that due to the age of the roof, a repair is not recommended, and that the best course of action is replacement of the roof. However, the roof pitch on the rear elevation does not support a cedar shake style roof. The guidelines explicitly state that the original roof pitch should not be altered. Pictures of the roof's current condition provided by the applicant's contractor, also provided in the staff report. The applicant is requesting to replace the existing cedar shake roof with Camelot 2's lifetime designer shingles in the color charcoal, which according to their pamphlet are better quality than standard architectural shingles, which is page 18 of the staff report. When circumstances dictate that a change in roofing material is essential to maintaining the integrity of the roof, the balance must be for preservation of the structure's overall well-being. Therefore, staff recommends approval of Certificate of Appropriateness HLC 2023-00026. The applicant did let me know that they were not able to attend this morning's meeting. However, they appreciate your consideration of their application. And I'll stand by for any questions. Thank you.
Okay, when I open the floor for the public meeting, is anybody who'd like to speak in favor of this application? Is there anybody who'd like to speak in opposition to this application? If not, we'll close the public hearing on this item and open for discussion for the commission, among the commissioners. Any discussion? I know this is one of the houses that, from the Historical Society, we've talked about a whole lot that we certainly want to save. So this is a very welcome application from the perspective of the Historical Society. Is there a motion? Anybody like to make a motion to approve?
Make a motion that we approve the staff's analysis and recommendations.
Have a second?
Second that.
Okay, any discussion? If not, we'll ask for a roll call vote, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Bissell?
Yes.
Ms. Coley?
Yes.
Mr. Emerson?
Yes.
Chairman Hobbs?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Ms. McCormill?
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer?
Yes.
Ms. Turner? Chairman, the motion passes with a vote of 8-0.
Thank you. Next item, request for certificate of appropriateness, HLC 2024-006, submitted by Paige Pollard, applicant and agent for the property owner, Joseph T. Waldo, Elliott Apartments, LLC, for the exterior alterations to the property located 181 to 185 North Main Street. The property is further identified as zoning map number 34G18A 324, Suffolk Voting Borough Zone, CBD, Central Business District, Zoning District, and HC, Historic Conservation Overlay District. We have a staff report, please.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. This is HLC 2024-06, located at 181 North Main Street. I believe a location that will be familiar to you all as I scroll through a couple of slides here. This is Market and Main Street in downtown, and the subject of a recent action taken by this commission back in August of 2023. That was HLC 2023-013, a project that proposed really a complete interior renovation of this building and an exterior restoration of the structure as well. So what you all are looking at this morning is actually a slight modification to that application, some changes that the applicant is proposing. And since that approval was made by this commission, we thought it was appropriate to bring it back in front of you this morning for action. So a lot of good information in that original application about existing conditions of this building. I'll just highlight a couple of things related to the action this morning. They are recommending a change in color for the storefront doors that are being replaced. They are actually replacing a replacement door, as you can imagine over the years. So a change in color for these doors, that's showing the existing condition. And also a couple of changes on the, I call the back of house or the western elevation of this building, where there is a whole lot going on to keep the building running. And they are proposing a relocation of the electric meter box and a change to a location to get to, I believe it's the bike storage route that's going to be a part of this new structure. So again, fairly minor modifications in the context of a major project to renovate the interior and exterior of this structure. They have provided building elevations to show you the location of those new doors, as well as that elevation, the western elevation on the right side of this slide, to show you the changes there, as well as the screening that will continue to go on in the matching of colors to blend in with this structure. So, and again, they've noted the door locations and provided a updated specification for the door that they are proposing in the color of that door in their application. So staff have reviewed the application and are recommending approval of those changes as noted here on the slide. So happy to answer any questions that you all may have and respond to any public comments. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Okay, we'll now open the floor for the public hearing. Is there anybody present who'd like to speak in favor of the application?
Morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. My name is Paige Pollard. I'm here to represent the applicant, and I think staff did a great job of explaining our modifications to the previous certificate of appropriateness, so I'm just here to answer questions.
Anybody have any questions? Thank you. Is there anybody here who would like to speak in opposition to the application? If not, we'll close the public hearing for this item and open the floor for discussion among the commissioners. Any discussion? Okay, somebody like to make a motion?
You accept the recommendations of the Planning Commission.
Okay, we have a motion in favor. Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, we'll have a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Bissell,
Yes.
Ms. Coley,
Yes.
Mr. Emerson,
Yes.
Chairman Hobbs,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Ms. McCormickey,
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer,
Yes.
and Ms. Turner.
Yes.
The motion passes with a vote of 8-0.
Thank you. Okay, next we'll move on to staff reports. We have an update on the administrative approvals.
Good morning again, Mr. Chairman. Not a whole lot to add here. We have issued 5 administrative approvals since your last meeting back in February, as shown on your table here. A number of commercial improvements, new facing on signs, some repair work, repainting work on commercial buildings around the downtown. So great to see that. One residential structure with a roof replacement. Again, these applicants were able to meet the standards that staff set forward in the guidelines and the ordinance, and so we were able to issue administrative approvals for these. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you all may have.
Questions or comments? Thank you. We have a property maintenance update.
Morning, Commission. 342 North Main Street, we have several property maintenance violations there. The property owner has been working on the structure, but we went ahead and issued a summons, and the court case was continued for 60 days by the judge, giving the owner more time to complete the repairs. 223 Bank Street, we have several property maintenance violations there. At once, the property was up for sale, but is no longer up for sale, and we still have a vacant building that's not being maintained. 219 Clay Street, property maintenance violations. We have been trying to contact the owner, and the owner has attempted to shore up the interior of the structure, but no other work has been done with that. We're going to move forward to demolishing that structure. 112 West Washington Street, that property maintenance violations. Structure is vacant, and for what I understand, it's up for sale. No repairs has been done. No interior repairs have been done on that. 374 East Washington Street. There are several property maintenance violations there, and we're in the process of demolishing that structure, preparing it for demolition. 221 Bank Street, property maintenance violations. The owner was issued a summons for April, and it was not served, so it's going to be reissued for May. 301 through 307 Bank Street, the owner is still trying to vacate that structure. They intend to do a complete renovation on that building. 213 Pearl Street, that property is now in compliance. 318 Bank Street, that property is still in violation, and we're trying to get that owner back into court. The owner previously prepaid the fine, so we're reissuing the summons. 222 Bank Street, the owner was fined over $700, and we have reissued the summons for May for subsequent fines for that property. 210 Bank Street, the property is now in compliance. 320 Hill Street, a summons has been issued to the owner to appear in court on May. And 110 Oakdale, that property is now in compliance. 212 Gray Street, property is now in compliance. And 209 Pearl Street, it's been slow progress to complete the repairs for that property, and a summons was issued for June the 6th. 112 Franklin Street, again, the owner is working on that structure, slow progress, and a summons was issued to May 2nd. Thank you.
Quick question about 223 Bank Street.
Yes.
That's the one that's on the corner, correct? So I believe that one was bank-owned at one point, or is bank-owned?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I believe that one was bank-owned, or owned by the bank?
No, it's not.
It's not?
They haven't foreclosed on the properties, from what I understand.
So I guess as far as pursuing court case against, would we have any luck doing that, or have we tried to do that?
We have tried. We have tried to get him in court. In fact, we were able to find, the judge found him guilty. He didn't appear, but they were able to serve the summons to a North Carolina address. He failed to appear, and fines have been placed on the property to no avail.
Yeah, I'm just really concerned, that property has been getting worse and worse.
Yes,
And I
and-
really would hate to see us lose that property, because and I don't know what else we can do. Is there anything else that we can do, or are our hands tied completely about it?
Unless the bank releases it for sale, unless they foreclose on it, there's really nothing that the city can do. Eventually, if it remains like that, it's going to have to be demolished.
Comments, thoughts? Thank you. We have a zoning update, please.
Greetings, Chairman, Commissioners, and all of the attendants. Kevin Alexander, City of Suffolk Zoning. 215 Market Street. Working without a COA. They put up a fence. Work is still in progress to get them into compliance. It's been slow. city hands of justice is a little slow on us, on our side sometimes. 122 Clay Street was cited for parking on the grass. They've since removed the vehicle. 335 East Washington Street. It was a complaint that came in of someone living or dwelling in an RV. That case is actively being monitored for the simple fact that sometimes that's hard to prove, so I got my eyes on that constantly. 214 Gray Street was a stop work order posted. It appears that the owner or occupant were attempting to change the siding without a COA, so a stop work order was posted on that address. And that concludes all of zoning's violations for the past month. Have any questions, I'm available.
Questions, comments? Thank you. Okay, are there any announcements?
So just want to announce that we will be having a meeting in May. We've got some applications, so just to give you a heads up that we will be having a meeting in May. And our Assistant City Attorney, Rebecca Powers, would like to make an announcement.
Thank you. I'd like to introduce Michael Patterson. He's new with our office. He just joined this week, and he's actually going to be the attorney that's going to be assigned to represent or to the HLC. So just wanted to introduce him, and if you guys have any questions or anything, just let us know.
Any other announcements?
Nothing further.
All right. If not, then that concludes our agenda, and I will declare the meeting adjourned. Thank you for being here.